The US and China are one step closer to preventing stocks like Alibaba from delisting. What to watch next? CNBC. The US and China have taken a significant first step toward keeping US-listed Chinese stocks, like Alibaba, from being forced off US stock exchanges. The US and China have taken a significant first step toward keeping US-listed Chinese stocks, like Alibaba, from being forced off US stock exchanges. Beijing. The US and China recently took AS plus 5153 CHARS. AEW All-Out results. The Elite win the Trios title tournament, cage-side seats. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are the first AEW Trios champions after Friendly Fire in Page and Dark Order at All Out. AEW held the introduction of their Trios titles for Kenny Omega to return, and built to the tournament that would crown the first Shoms with a story of the friendship between Hangman Page and AMP. The plus 1390 CHARS. LSU vs. Florida State score. Live game updates. College football scores. NCAA Top 25 highlights today. CBS Sports. The Tigers and Seminoles clash inside the Caesars Superdome on Sunday as the Week 1 action rolls along. Florida State leads LSU 17-10 after 3 quarters in New Orleans as the penultimate game of Week 1 nears its conclusion. FSU quarterback Jordan Travis hooked up with Ontario Wilson for a 27-yard street. Plus 1081 CHARS. Impaired sleep quality may help explain the long-term effects of depressive symptoms on inflammation. SciPost. New research published in PLOS One suggests that depressive symptoms are longitudinally associated with increased inflammation. Furthermore, the new study provides evidence that sleep quality plays a significant role in the link between depressive symptoms and new research published in PLOS One suggests that depressive symptoms are longitudinally associated with increased inflammation. Furthermore, the new study provides evidence that sleep quality plays a plus 5793 CHARS. Live coverage. Falcon 9 to launch Starlink satellites. Boeing rideshare payload. Spaceflight now. Spaceflight now. Null. Live coverage of the countdown and launch of a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. The Starlink 4-20 mission will launch SpaceX's NEX. Plus 8942 CHARS. Andy Ruiz Jr. Luis Ortiz Live Tracker. Blow-by-blow updates. Highlights and analysis. Yahoo Sports. At BetMGM, Ruiz is a -400 favorite to defeat King Kong. Andy Ruiz Jr. is -400 at BetMGM to defeat Luis Ortiz on Sunday at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Photo by Harry Howe. Getty Images. Former heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. hasn't been pleased with plus 2290 CHARS. AMD RDNA 3, Navi 3X. GPUs feature double the cache per compute unit and shader array. WCCF Tech. AMD has listed down the latest information regarding the cache sizes of their upcoming RDNA 3 Navi 3X GPUs within Linux patches. AMD has listed down the latest information regarding the cache sizes of their upcoming RDNA 3 Navi 3X GPUs within Linux patches. AMD's next-gen RDNA 3 GPUs for Navi 3X lineup to double the cache S+5707 chars. Some vested veterans could be in danger of getting cut this week. NBC Sports. 5 days ago, all teams were required to trim their rosters to 53. There's a more practical reason to potentially cut certain other players in the coming days. Any player with 4 or more years of service whose salary is otherwise not guaranteed will have a 5 days ago. All teams were required to trim their rosters to 53. There's a more practical reason to potentially cut certain other players in the coming days. Any player with 4 or more years of +1404 chars. Phoebe Waller-Bridge stuns in a plunging black gown at British Vogue party, Daily Mail. The actress, 37, went braless as she donned the plunging black gown, which hugged every inch of her fantastic figure. Phoebe Waller-Bridge looked incredible as she attended a British Vogue party with Cartier on Saturday during the Venice Film Festival. The actress, 37, went braless as she donned the plunging black +3179 chars. 10 dead, 15 hospitalized in Canada mass stabbing attacks. Police say. CBS News. 2 suspects were still on the loose Sunday evening. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police said. At least 10 people are dead and 15 others hospitalized after a series of stabbing attacks in the Canadian province of Saskatchewan. Police said Sunday. 2 suspects were still on the loose Sunday Eve. +3809 chars. A promising therapy for hard-to-treat depression. Deep brain stimulation. SciTech Daily. A study finds that deep brain stimulation to areas of the brain associated with reward and motivation could be used as a potential treatment for depression. According to researchers at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston. Deep brain stimu. The National Institutes of Health estimate that in 2020, approximately 21.0 million individuals had at least one major depressive episode in the United States. A study finds that deep brain stimulate +3409 chars. NASA scientist takes to the skies to search for clues of meteor origin. KSL.com. Weeks after a meteorite tore through Utah skies, people are still combing for souvenirs. But one of those rock hunters isn't searching for where they ended up. Estimated red time, 1 to 2 minutes. Salt Lake City. Weeks after a meteorite tore through Utah skies, people are still combing for souvenirs. But one rock hunter isn't searching for where they ended up. +1401 chars. LSU vs. Florida State score. Live game updates. College football scores. NCAA Top 25 highlights today. CBS Sports. The Tigers and Seminoles clash inside the Caesars Superdome on Sunday as the Week 1 action rolls along. Florida State leads LSU 17-10 after 3 quarters in New Orleans as the penultimate game of Week 1 nears its conclusion. FSU quarterback Jordan Travis hooked up with Ontario Wilson for a 27-yard streak. +1081 chars. Rumor. Illumination's Mario movie is titled, Super Mario Bros. According to the studio's official website. Go Nintendo. Let's-a go, bro. Besides the controversial casting, Not much is known about the Mario-based feature film that's being produced by Illumination alongside Nintendo. The most recent bit of official news we got was that I+1579 Chars. Cyrus Mistry, billionaire, ex-chairman of Tata Sons, dies in India car crash. The Guardian. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says 54-year-old's death, a big loss as politicians and business leaders express shock after accident near Mumbai. Cyrus Mistry, an Indian-born Irish businessman and former chairman of Indian conglomerate Tata Sons, has died in an accident after his car crashed into a road divider in western India. Police said. H+1867 Chars. Meiko Satomura declines Cora Jade's challenge. WWE Digital Exclusive. Sept. 4. 2022 WWE. Cora Jade approaches Meiko Satomura with a challenge for Tuesday night on NXT 2.0. But the final boss declines, stating she already has a match lined up with Null. Float plane carrying 9 people, including a child, crashes into Washington's Mutiny Bay. Coast Guard says. CNN. The U.S. Coast Guard is responding to reports of a float plane that crashed in Mutiny Bay in Washington. USCG Pacific Northwest tweeted Sunday. Null. Scientists discover that a surprising factor improved the effects of ketamine in mice. Science alert. University of Maryland psychiatrist Polimnia Georgiou and colleagues accidentally came across an unexpected example of researchers unwittingly skewing a study's results when their laboratory mice's reactions to ketamine differed depending on the sex. University of Maryland psychiatrist Polimnia Georgiou and colleagues accidentally came across an unexpected example of researchers unwittingly skewing a study's results when their laboratory mice's R+4197 Chars. Terrifying 260-foot asteroid hurtling towards Earth tomorrow. NASA warns. HT Tech. NASA has warned that a massive 260-foot wide asteroid 2022 RW will make its closest approach to Earth on September 5. Does this terrifyingly big asteroid pose any danger? No. Here, NASA has warned that a gigantic 260-foot wide asteroid will pass by the Earth tomorrow. On September 5, the space agency keeps a constant eye on all the upcoming asteroids that may pose a threat to T+2037 Chars. MLB Wild Card. Phillies lose to Giants on Wilmer Flora's walk-off home run. NBC Sports. The Phillies went 1-5 out west, issuing far too many free passes. Walks are a concern, manager Rob Thompson said after the Phils were swept in San Francisco by Jim Salisbury. San Francisco. Kyle Schwarber walked through the quiet post-game clubhouse and made eye contact with a reporter. "It'll be all right," he said, clapping his hands together softly. "We'll be okay. N+5752 Chars." Google remixes its Material You take on the YouTube music icon. Android police null. Herb Kohler, 83, executive chairman of Kohler Company, died Saturday. Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Herb Kohler, executive chairman of Kohler Company, died at 83. Herbert V. Kohler, Jr., a business titan who fortified his family's namesake manufacturing firm and put Wisconsin on the world golf stage with the creation of a course named Whistling Straits. Has die. +4503 Chars. NXT Worlds Collide 2022 highlights and results. WWE Network exclusive. WWE. Take a look at all the highlights from a monumental NXT Worlds Collide featuring championship unification matches between Bron Breakker and Tyler Bate as well. No. Mississippi City says water pressure restored for now but setbacks possible. Reuters.com. The city of Jackson, Mississippi, said most water pressure returned to normal on Sunday, a week after its main treatment plant failed. While U.S. officials warned it was still too early to say when a reliable supply of drinking water can be restored. September 4. Reuters. The city of Jackson, Mississippi, said most water pressure returned to normal on Sunday, a week after its main treatment plant failed. While U.S. officials warned it was still too +2625 Chars. Long COVID contributing to disabilities by the millions. The Epoch Times. From early 2021, stories have emerged of people experiencing post-COVID-19 symptoms that were so debilitating it impacted their. From early 2021, stories have emerged of people experiencing post-COVID-19 symptoms that were so debilitating it impacted their ability to work and live a normal life. 31-year-old Rebecca Me. +13754 Chars. James Webb Telescope captures its first ever direct image of an exoplanet. LiveScience.com. The faraway, super Jupiter, is the first exoplanet to be photographed in infrared light. The James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, has captured its first ever image of an exoplanet, or planet outside the Solar System. The telescope's infrared observations of the exoplanet, HIP 65426b, +3768 Chars. Deion Sanders' son schedule stars in Jackson State win over Florida A&M, USA Today. Jackson State quarterback Shedeur Sanders, son of Deion, threw a career-high 5 touchdown passes in a win over Florida A&M on Sunday in Miami Gardens, FLA. Deion Sanders wanted his Jackson State football team to dominate to provide some relief for their community affected by the Jackson water crisis back home in Mississippi. They +5188 Chars. Poll. Do you actually want Switch ports of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess? Nintendo Life. The rumor mill is turning. Image. Nintendo. There's always a Switch rumor these days. When it's not new Metroid, it's Switch Pro. When it's not either of those, it's Zelda remakes. The latest rumor is a Nintendo Direct. +1475 Chars.